Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Freelancer Part 7 on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we'll be continuing on with more free play in the Liberty systems. Because, yeah, we have to do a bunch of prep work in order to get into the next story mission. Oh, look, lane hackers. They're running daggers.
Look what I found. If you know what's good for you, you'll spill your bay right now.
No.
Ah, so it gave you an ultimatum.
Yeah, and now they're going to actually attempt to pursue me, but...
Oh, so this is like the Skyrim Highwayman.
Yes, this is very explicitly the
minigame.
Highwayman.
Good. I prefer to take it by force anyway.
This is your captain speaking.
We are officially under attack by Skyrim Highwaymen. We are going to be ignoring them.
Don't you ignore me.
Come on, we're almost to Pueblo.
Do a somersault.
No, we don't have... like, somersault is, in fact, a maneuver that we can do. I just don't know how.
I see. So you're using the space station as a kind of obstacle for the enemies that are pursuing you from behind.
That, and we're also, just gonna attempting to dock here in order to, set up our next actual mission.
Captain, are you okay? It seems that your vehicle is falling under heavy fire.
I have plenty of shield batteries.
It's fine. They've been following me for a couple galaxies now. It's
not
fine.
a couple
It's fine.
galaxies, just, several thousand meters.
No, we just totally just ignored that encounter
yes,
and get to the docking bay.
Javelin missile.
Anyway.
That we can go sell, so we're not going to bother repairing it.
The Advanced Stun Pulse, Class 3.
So what's new in the world of Cloud is we attempt to sell these for oxygen that are only worth $40 at Pueblo. Blech.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. What was the most recent thing that I was reading? Oh yeah, that's right. It's a good tactic in how to be like in the moment writing about like a world-changing event without being like, oh, I'm the first to break the scene on this. Like an essay by David Foster Wallace called "The View from Mrs. Thompson's," which is specifically so the date of the writing was set for the week
Mr.
of
Cloud,
September.
this is the important thing. We managed to actually find some information that we can purchase at Pueblo Station.
You knew?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, well, I work for Universal Shipping. We don't really run this place, but we have an understanding with the people who do.
Which is nice.
Now that I think of it, I might have some information for you.
Go ahead.
Well, it's not really what you'd call
These guys look like nutcrackers when they talk.
He's willing to sell us the info for the Chugoku Gate, which is nice. Because now, when the story will actually have us go through that, we will, already know where it is. Haha.
Very good, sir.
But it's the
Chugoku
Gate construction site. So yes, there's a very small chance that when you go into the bar on virtually any space station or planet that you visit, that you will have the ability to buy information about key locations across the galaxy. I recommend you always do this, specifically because it will give you, interesting waypoints to utilize.
You'll find our uploaded data in your nav map. Look there for waypoint
Deploy.
information and further instructions.
And off we go. Yeah, they're still fighting. They're still fighting the lane hackers that we left to them. So, but they are no longer after us, which is nice.
So let's say like World War III broke out, right? And then, but humanity survived because we accepted once and for all that you can't use nuclear weapons in the name of defeating your enemy. So, writers at the time would say, like, you know what's happening. You know what I'm talking about. You see the date that I started this essay on. Of course, this is the context in which I'm writing about it, because like you would have to be blind, deaf, and dumb to not know that this was happening at the time. Which I thought is a great way for the writer to connect to the reader, because the writer is making an appeal to the reader, saying, I know how you feel, and I have a strong inkling I know what you're thinking by the suggestions I'm making with my language. And that is good writing.
Okay, so whilst we are in the Silverton asteroid field, we are hunting down another faction, the Xenos. These are called the Xenos because they are xenophobic. They think that very specifically involving the other humanoid factions into the affairs of liberty is a bad idea, and they are so devoted to this form of thinking that they're willing to kill people over it.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Because there's a intergalactic conspiracy floating around, and unfortunately, that means that friendship is not allowed.
I thought about firing in your face, 'cause you tried robbing me in outer space. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why are you running from me?
Well, he's actually, setting us up to get shot from behind by a bunch of his buddies. So that's why he's running from me, as you so put it.
I made it clear that he had no class. That's why I'm shooting him in his ass. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Something that I've not actually gone over yet, all that much rather, is the fact that every faction actually has their own style of weapons. And the Xenos actually have a very powerful weapon that is why I'm actually trying to do missions focused on gunning them down, because whilst you're fighting them, you have a decent chance of actually acquiring their weapons. Not the best of chances, mind you, but a decent chance. This time we got 5 shield batteries, which is nice.
Well, it's very good game formula in design to say you kill the dude, you get a reward for killing the dude.
Yeah, and as I've mentioned already, I really wish that the story campaigns followed that through, because aside from a couple of scripted trade goods instances, the campaign missions really do deny you of shield batteries and nanobots later on. They actually expect you to figure out how the fuck to dogfight, and I really wish that there was a better tutorial about dogfighting, to be perfectly honest, because the different maneuvers that you're supposed to do are extremely important in dogfights, but they don't really tell you the commands for them. But unfortunately, we did not actually get the weapons that we were after. Oh well. We got his escape pod, though, and some food rations.
I just find it so terribly ironic, and this is something that extends beyond just this game, is the Xenos are characterized by heavy and collectively held prejudice against other groups, peoples, based on just whatever they find dislikable about those groups or people. So they have an in-group, out-group mentality. Yep. But they find themselves, ironically, also on the receiving end of that same in-group, out-group mentality, because they are all part of the same organization called the Xenos. Right. You're either a Xenos or you're not a Xenos. If you're a Xenos, I'm going to try to kill you. If you're not a Xenos, I'm going to think about it first. What goes around comes around.
Space trucking.
I don't know. Can I play like a Guitar Hero like rhythm mini game while I'm waiting for this?
Well, the thing is, we could, decide to not turn in our mission and not go back to Pueblo. I mean, it would be very stupid of us to do that, but we could do that. We could fly to other spaces in the sector, Mr. Cloud.
Your request to dock is
There's so many choices.
And I do say that the dead space feel of flying in this empty air actually is a very important part of this game. Mostly because we get really beautiful vistas to look through, as annotations Gurdette mentioned last time, or rather annotations Gurdette mentioned during the build up to this mission. Yeah, we're only doing this one free play mission. The important thing is that we made it to Pueblo so that we can go and purchase the advanced stun pulse. We need the advanced stun pulse for later.
We'll see you in the next episode. Annotations Gurdette. There's still a minute left of this one.
Yeah.
The Wasp missile.
Trying to see if there's any other normal upgrades that I can do. Nope. All right. There. Now our mission result is a success. Yay!
Success.
Which means we still need 7 grand. So we will be skipping the rest of the free play for Liberty. At least I assume so. It's kind of weird that I don't actually remember, but it's been a couple of months since I did the editing for this. Yeah.
Man, I really just watching these rooms with like the point at the thing and click on it reminds me of some of the games that I played on PC growing up that had a similar explore the room or go up the stairs or take the elevator, find a new menu. Click adventure, I love it.
Be safe, everybody.